I was trying to whoop down some peanut butter crackers before I got on here. Get them all ate. I think they say peanut butter is good for energy. I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't eat a whole lot of peanut butter. Like, I don't eat peanut butter sandwiches. I don't like it. I don't like the texture. I don't like the way it makes your mouth feel. But I will eat like a peanut butter cookie. I will eat a Reese's peanut butter cup. I like those. But I don't like just a peanut butter sandwich. Never have. I don't even care if you put jelly on it. And I like jelly. But I won't, I don't know. Well, good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. I had to miss last week. Last week was a busy week, y'all. We was in revival last week, but also my mother, she had to go into the nursing home for a little bit to do rehab. I think they said it was her medicine. About the only thing they come up with, some kind of medicine she was on. It made her talk out of her head and almost like she was having a stroke, but she wasn't. But it did get her real weak where she can't walk and do all that kind of stuff. So they got her in a nursing home over there in Columbia, Mississippi. And hopefully by this weekend she'll be out. She's walking a lot better now and getting a lot of more strength, and I know my dad will be happy. About run him ragged, I think, but you do what you got to do, don't you? You just do what you got to do. But anyway, had a lot going on last week. Wednesday of last week, I actually had 2 deaths. I had one of my church members passed away that morning. Got a call about a little after 6 that morning, and had to go to the house over there. And then while I was doing some running around, I got another phone call that a lady associated with the church was basically passing away. And so, well, hey, Gwen, I see that. One time that did happen to her. One time she had that. But this time they said that wasn't the case. So I'm not real sure. Anyway, so I had that going on. I had a funeral this past Friday. And then I had another one yesterday. I was a pallbearer, y'all. A pallbearer. I hadn't been a pallbearer in years. I'm about too old to be hauling a casket around, but the people wanted me to. I got pretty close to them with the lady. You know, she had, I can't remember what she had, but she had something that took about 3 years to get the best of her. But anyway, so that's what. So that's why my week was so busy last week. I had just a whole lot of things going on. Let me show y'all a sticker I got. Boom. Multi-Hunter 247. Isn't that a cool sticker? Got a turkey fan and a deer skull mount. And he's got his name on there. That's Nick. Nick over there at Multi-Hunter 247. I like Nick. Nick he's got some good, of course, I like that kind of stuff. You know, I like seeing hunting videos and shooting pigs and all that kind of stuff. I just like it. You know, what do you do? When you like something like that, you watch it. Several of those channels like that I like. The trapping channels, I like to watch those, but they only last certain times of the year, and then they got to do something else. And some of them manage to do things throughout the rest of the year. But their main thing is like the hunting and the trapping and stuff like that. I like some of the fishing videos. I need to go fishing, y'all. I've probably been 4 times, maybe in the last 2 years, serious fishing. So I need to get back started with that. That's a shame, I know, and I'm almost embarrassed to tell y'all that, but that's the case. That's what it is. But I'm going to get back to it. I got a boat. I got a little John boat, a little bateau, what we call bateaus from Louisiana. I think it's a 14-foot aluminum boat. I don't have a battery anymore. I got a trolling motor, and I got a little outboard motor I can put on the back of it. But that's a lot of work. I'm not into all that work. I like to find a place that I can just throw my boat in, put the trolling motor on, and go. But the problem is, I give my batteries. I had like 2 batteries that I was using for my trolling motor. And when I got to the place where I just didn't, I wasn't fishing that much, a couple of friends of mine needed it. So I let them have the batteries. Because, I mean, what was I going to do with it except for let them just ruin? So now I got to get me another battery for my trolling motor so I can go fishing, which I got to paddle. I mean, I could paddle around, I could do that. And I like to fish. I like to, and speaking of fishing, look at here. Kevin fishes. Look at that. Look at that big old blue cat, it looks like. Man, that's something. Y'all, Kevin had shoulder reconstruction or something on his shoulder, and it knocked him out for a while. But he's back at it now a little bit. He catches some skipjack. I guess you catch him skipjack to go. Hey, Jesse, my boat has a name. It's called Visitation. My boat is called Visitation. That way, when my church members and all ask me, what'd you do? Well, I went out on visitation the other day. Makes it look like I'm doing something besides fishing. But yeah, Kevin, he just had another video out on skipjack. And y'all, years ago, when I lived in Tennessee, me and my brother went fishing at some dam up there. I can't remember, Hendersonville or somewhere like that. And we went fishing. We was catching them skipjack, and it was fun. I mean, they stunk to me. They stunk. I didn't know what to do with them back then. I think we did cut them up or something and use them as catfish bait. But that's been over 30-something years ago. So it's been a long time since I caught a skipjack. I was going to tell, I got a little notebook here that I try and write stuff in every once in a while to remind me of things. I know y'all find it hard to believe that I forget things, but I do. I don't intend on forgetting things. I just do. Anyway, I got a thing. There's a code. Michael from MB Heritage Farms had some kind of giveaway or something, and he said, you got to write this code down. And so I wrote it down, and I forgot about it, forgot where it was. And I got my little notebook out to write a couple of notes to maybe so I wouldn't forget. And I got to notice, and I said, I don't know how long ago that was, but apparently I had probably missed that giveaway. I had probably missed it, but that's okay. I'm sure somebody won something, and that's a good thing. As long as somebody's winning something, that's a good thing. Let me get up here and see what folks are saying. I've kind of been glancing a little bit at it. Got Deborah Rusugnola. Baker couldn't stay. I seen that earlier. Y'all, that dude's got a good voice. His videos aren't long, but he'll do it like a cover of a song or something every once in a while. And he's got a really good voice. If y'all hadn't never checked him out, go over and listen to him sing every once in a while. There's Gwen. Yeah, I remember speaking to Gwen earlier. Paul, PSV Odyssey, I appreciate you throwing our link up on Facebook today. You're a fine, fine feller. Fine feller. There's our good friend, Miss Mary Bell. Third mom, second, third, one of my moms. She just, whether she wants to or not. I didn't claim her, y'all. I claimed her. But it's always good to see Miss Mary. There's Rebecca, touched by yarn. Be blessed every day in what you do. Hey, that's right. Be blessed every day in what you do. And I don't always live by it, y'all. I'll just be honest. I don't always live by it. I try to live by it, but I don't always live by it. Is understanding that when this day's gone, I won't ever get it back. This day, right now, is a day that's given. And I won't, once it's over with, I can't do a redo on it. I can't go back and redo today. So I figure I might as well make the most of the day. Now, again, I don't always do that because sometimes I just get lazy. But even that's fine because if I enjoy being lazy, I guess that's a win. That's a win. A win in my book. You only got so many breaths of air that you can breathe. I just don't see why people like to go around being miserable all the time. Does that make sense? Why in the world do you want to just bring trouble on yourself? And some people just search it out. I mean, I don't know there's some people that's all they thrive on is being miserable and unhappy with life and all that. But I just don't see it. It don't make good sense to me. You ain't getting that breath back. It's gone. Lazy day. Hey there, my friend Jesse and Lisa. Morning, everybody. Always good to see Jesse in the house. I have been watching some of y'all's lives, but sometimes I get in there and I'm doing other things, so I don't want to comment, because if I comment, then I got to say hi to 5 billion people, and then after I say hi to 5 billion people, which is fine, I don't mind doing that all the time, but sometimes I'm like in the middle of doing something, but I want to play it, and because y'all been so good to me, and you can get so busy and all that you just throw out things that I feel like are important. I think supporting good people like Jesse and Lisa and Scott and all you folks, even if you can't comment all the time, is a good thing. You just got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you can do. And this time of year, boy, I tell you what, life does get busy, don't it? Where to begin? Hello, Janice. Good to see you there. Isn't that a cool sticker? That was a cool sticker. Let's see. Who else? Chuck, I had a good talk with your mom Sunday. She sounds so much stronger than she is. She's getting a lot better. I appreciate that. I know she always enjoys hearing from you. It's 4 times. That's 4 more times than I've been. I gotta think back. Gwen. I gotta think back what we was talking about. That's too much trouble. I missed it. Oh, fishing. That's 4 more times than you've been. You need to go fishing. Fishing is good for the soul. It's good for what ails you. Don't worry about tagging people if you can't, Rebecca. I'm sure people understand. Like fishing from the bank, if fish don't bite in the first 15 minutes or so, I'm done. Now, see, that's not me. I will fish. I loved it ever since I was a little kid. I mean, just as soon as I was old enough to hold a fishing pole, I loved fishing. And I could get out there and I could fish all day. My children, Charity, my oldest daughter, she is, when she goes, she don't go a whole lot anymore, But used to, when I would take her fishing and all that, she could fish, I think, all day. And she caught more fish than all the other kids because she might not have known exactly what she was doing, but she had patience. And she just constantly, she just all the time. And she would just stay out there. Hayden, my oldest son, he'd fish a couple of times, wouldn't get a bite. I'm done. Paul, he's a pretty good fisherman. He likes to fish when he goes. He don't go a whole lot either. Faith, she never really got into it. I mean, they like going to the camp. They like going to the camp where we go, catfishing, get in the boat and run the lines and stuff like that, because that's fun. You don't have to have patience for all that. You just go out there and check the lines and get the catfish off the lines. So anyway, but I've never had a problem with that. I can fish. I can stay out there and fish. I just love it. I loves it. Pond hopping. Hey, Paul, back when I was in college, this was in, 1986, 85, 86, no, 85, no, 86 or 87. One of those years, I can't remember. Me and my buddy Paul, y'all have seen him on some of my videos. Over in Louisiana, I don't know if they do it everywhere, but over in Louisiana, alongside the interstates, they dug out ponds, I guess, to get the dirt to build up the interstate. That's just my understanding. I'm not sure if that's how it was. But they dig them out and, to build up the interstate, because it's kind of low land in a lot of places over there. Well, me and Paul, he had a little boat. It was a 12-foot little aluminum bateau. And we decided to go down the interstate one day, and we would take that boat and we'd go and drag it off, hop the fence. Didn't know whose property we was on. We'd hop the fence, put the boat in, and fish. And I don't know how many of those little ponds that we fished along the Interstate 12, between Baton Rouge and Hammond, Louisiana. More so Denham Springs and Hammond, Louisiana. There's just quite a few little ponds that was on the side of the road that we'd hop over the fence and get the boat over it and go to fishing. And another thing I tell you, what we used to do, who was saying that? Oh, Paul. What we used to do when I was teenagers, I don't do it a whole much now because I just don't. But when we was teenagers, they had these little creeks that we would go. And off the interstate or off the highway or whatever, we just pull over. And me and my next door neighbor, we would go fishing. And we would fish these little creeks. And we'd fish them with little baits, because the bass in there wasn't big. I mean, that was in the brim. We'd catch brim and bass mainly. But we'd wade it. We'd wade up and down. In some places, the holes would get deep, and of course, you'd have to swim it and all that, and that's fine. We'd come back, and we would be sopping wet. Ain't no telling how many times we stripped down on the side of the interstate looking out for cars, because we didn't want everybody to see us in our frillies, or even worse than that, to change clothes, because we didn't want to get in the car all sopping wet. So you had to change clothes. And anyway, we had a lot of fun. I never forget. Good morning, Zane and May. Thank you by chatting and leaving a comment. Hey, I checked out some of that electroculture stuff. There's a whole lot of pros and cons that people talk about it. I don't know. No, I had never. I know you said it was what, World War I, World War II, stuff like that. Good morning. Well, you've been up for a while, but I'll just say hello. How about that? Hello. You want to say hello to everybody? Come say hello to everybody.
Hello.
That's Paul. He's got his exams this week. Finals. He'll be out. This is your last week, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
This is your last week. Let me tell y'all something about old Paul. And I don't know if I've told you this or not. He, as of right now, is making plans to go to Wales. Where's Wales? He done gone.
Right here.
Oh, there. Is that like Ireland, Scotland?
It's in the UK.
In the UK.
It's right by England, and then Scotland's up here, and Ireland's up here.
Okay. It's in England somewhere. So I don't know. I don't understand all them countries over there. They all South Mississippians, they all the same. But he's going over there for what is called a study abroad program. And basically, the college that he's going to over here in Hattiesburg, Southern Mississippi, offers a program where he can go to a college overseas somewhere and study. And it's actually a pretty good deal, other than having to fly all the way across the world. And he gets to go over there and for a semester, in the fall semester, September to the 1st of January, something like that. His mama now, I'm just saying, his mama may not be a very happy camper for 4 or 5 months, but we'll get by. We will get by. Anyway, he's going over there. He's studying right now in psychology, which is kind of disturbing to me. It's disturbing. One, because I know a lot of that psychology stuff, you can get off into crazy, pardon the pun, crazy stuff. You know, there a lot of them, especially the liberal psychologists and all that, I don't have much for all that. And a lot of people, all they want to do is just medicate you and all that kind of stuff. I don't have a lot for that. But I mean, I understand that there are people that need it. There are people that's, and it's okay to study the mind. It's okay. I mean, it's part of who we are. But okay, you know, I say you better be careful with all that mess. Just better be careful. What was I talking? Oh, the electroculture. Electroculture is basically, from what I understand, you're basically trying to get the energy out of the atmosphere into the soil, and it's supposed to help your plants. And it's supposed to, you know, they depending on who you ask. Some people say, well, you know, it eliminates pests and it makes your garden grow 10 times better. I don't know what I just basically looked into it a little bit this morning. Now I looked at Travis over there at Lazy Dog Farm. He'd just done something on it. Apparently it's something that's coming back, that's been around forever, but some of the people nowadays are just now discovering it. Some people have discovered it and been using it for all their life, but some are like me that they see something, they think it's something new, but it's nothing new. It's something people's always done, but to us, it's new. It's kind of like this off-grid stuff. You know, it's something that everybody's getting into and doing and all that. But I mean, people have been doing that since the dawn of time. It's nothing new, but it comes around. You know what I'm saying? It just comes. Canning food and vegetables and meat and all that. Hey, our grandparents been doing that and knew more about that than we probably will ever know. And yet here lately, especially with the invention of YouTube, people getting on there and doing, people seeing it, they saying, hey, I want to do that. It's a great thing. Well, it is a great thing, but some of these things that we think are new, they're not really new. It's just people been doing them all their life. Now, how did I get off on that? Oh, electroculture. I'm kind of interested to see how it works for you, Zane May. I really am. I'd be honest with you, I'm a little bit skeptical on it. I especially after watch Travis's Lazy Dog Farms video. Comes from a biology background, and he's and all that, and he's a bit skeptical with it as well. But I'm more of the mind that if it works and if you think it works, it's good. Kind of like fishing. I can fish a bait, and if I don't have any confidence in that bait, I'm not fishing it. I don't care if it's catching fish. I'm just like, I can't use this bait because I don't have any confidence. But if there's something I have confidence in, I'll fish that dude all day long. When you got confidence in something, you do it. It seems to help. And I don't know if it just gives you more patience. I don't know if it gives you more, I don't know the right terminology, but it always seems to be good when you have confidence in something. If you got confidence in your growing, if you got confidence in your artistic abilities, if you got confidence in your cooking, if you got confidence in your fishing, if you got confidence in whatever you're doing, you always seem to do a little bit better. You agree? I don't know if you do or not, because I'm quit paying attention to the thing. Hello, Nets V Blog 21. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Garden State Gardener. Hey there, Joe. I think I just got to be friends with you on Facebook. I think I did. Good morning, the running. Hey, Dan. How in the world are you? Thanks for all. Hey, got some more guitar videos coming up. What I'm doing now, knowing something and being able to teach it is hard for me to do, because I watch a lot of these tutorials and all that on YouTube. And when I get done with it, I'm still just as dumb as ever. But I want to get it where I can try and develop, and hopefully over time, develop a way to be able to teach it where it's understandable, it's not overwhelming, and it makes sense. And I hope I'm able to do that. But anyway, it's good to see you, Dan. Hope Mackenzie's doing well. He always came in and said, every day is a good day. Some are just better than others. That's right. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Like and share. That's a good idea, y'all. Like and share. 20 left to 1,000. Hey there, Devin. How in the world are you? I have not watched your latest video on recharging a battery yet. I need to learn that because, well, it's got to be a rechargeable battery, a dead battery recharge. Anyway, that's the latest one, isn't it? I tell you, I have been way behind here lately. Thank you so much, Chanel Blogs. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. I am a lurker. Most time I will say hello, especially with y'all. I'll try and say hello, but sometimes I'll just watch and I don't want to say hello because I don't want to get caught up in it. And plus, sometimes Belinda's there and or I'm talking with somebody. I don't want to seem rude to them. And does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Good morning, Annette from down under, all the way down there in Australia. 10:30 p.m. or right at 10:30 p.m. Woo! Hey, I appreciate that. That would just make my day. It would make my day. Good morning, Deb. How in the world are you? I need to get back over there. There's so many people that I have kind of neglected here lately, but I'll get back to it eventually. I got y'all on my notifications, so it keeps popping up. Sometimes I just forget. I get busy. Hey, Robin. There's Robin. I can't remember what all I was supposed to talk about. I got distracted, y'all. Hello, RCA TV. Let's see what kind of got your motorcycle there. from the Philippines. Got several Philippine folks in the house. Appreciate y'all coming in. There's our good friend, Miss Virginia. Always good to see her. Makes my day. Got some folks from Singapore, from NetsBlog 21. Thank you, NetsBlog 21, for pushing us out there. So good. There we go. Lynn's SG Live. Appreciate you coming in. 983. Thank y'all so much. Tour chat. Hey, Kevin. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. I'm trying to get down to the end of this. But I do not want to. Hey, good evening from the Philippines. 985. Boy, what y'all are making my day today. Thank y'all so much. We'll try not to give up. There you go. I like that. I like that name. I'm seriously interested in seeing how that electric culture works, Zany May. I hope that it does good for you. England. I guess that's where Wales is. Hello, 980 loyal supporter. Appreciate that so much. He's gonna have a well of a time. Hey there, Jerusha. Been a long time. I need to get down there to that Charlie's U Pick, and Blenda's been wanting to go get some them little green peas, sweet peas, whatever they call. Anyway, yeah, I think it is. I think it is, Gwen, something like that, similar to that. Good morning, Rich. Good to see you. That's another video I have queued up. Is the trellis video. You gonna try it? I want to know if it works, y'all. I want to know. Confidence and faith. That's right. Will take you many places. How far behind am I? My goodness gracious. Hello, Tammy. Good to see you. Always good to see you. You're skeptical too? Well, good. Because I didn't want to hurt your feelings. And I hope you know that by now. I wouldn't try that at all. But I think I'm more of I like to get a sampling of a lot of different people and see how it works. And because you never know. Hey, and that was one of the things I want to talk about. I call it the geniuses of YouTube. You get on YouTube and everybody is an expert. Everybody is. I mean, when you get on there and you look and they're doing this technique works greatest. This is the way to do things, you know. And so everybody's a YouTube genius, but there's a lot of things on there that I watch that I'm going to have to watch several different opinions on it. Does that make sense? I'm going to watch the good, the bad, and the ugly, because if it's sometimes it may relate to the to where you're at, you know. It may work in your area, but it may not work in my area, or the type of soul I have, or the I'm trying to think of the name of the it's not the ecosystem, but anyway, just read my mind. Don't read my mind. No, scratch that. It just has to do with where you are, where you live. Chuck, don't trust what people post. A lot of times I don't. But I do watch, and I do try and glean off of what people put on there, because I think everybody has something to offer. And sometimes you learn from other people's mistakes. You'd like to know about that copper wire. Hold on, let's see. I believe it will have a lot to do with the size of the copper wire, health of soil, and so many other variables. Yeah, maybe so. That may be, if the animals aren't eating it down, it's going to grow, huh? Excuse me. But you understand what I'm saying as far as you got to take some things with a grain of salt, like these hacks. Everybody's got a lot of hacks, and some of them are good and some of them aren't. You got to find out what works for you. Some of it is just a hack for hack's sake. Did I say that right? It's just people wanting to do a hack just to have a hack. But it's really not, it doesn't really simplify things. It doesn't really make life easier. Does that make, I hope that makes sense. But there are some good ones and there's some bad ones. And other things, sometimes people get on there and make life look so easy, and it is easy to them. It's easy to them because they know what they're doing. But somebody like me that's a knucklehead that don't know anything, I get out there and try and do something that I see on YouTube and it looks so simple and so easy. And I mess it up with all my 5 thumbs and whatever, I have a trouble. But it gives you ideas. It gives you ideas. I like ideas. Hack it with a hoe. Hack it with a shovel. Hack, hack, hack. Hack for hack's sake. Let's see what Jesse put up here. Copper wire in the garden is touted as the best barrier solution. Copper mesh repels snails and slugs with an unfavorable reaction when they try to cross it, much like a shock. Cool. Just put your a copper wire all the way around your garden, huh? My son made a statement the other day. He said they talking about not making any more pennies anymore because it costs more than a penny to make a penny. We live in a crazy, crazy place, don't we? I got some of my first green beans the other day, just a couple of handfuls. Actually, I got a handful or so the other day that my granddaughter ate. She just ate. These were some that survived the Great Mississippi Freeze of 2023. But they're still producing. So we cooked some up last night. I dug a couple of little small potatoes from the potato patch, and we ate some of those last night. And y'all, my son, I'm gonna the truth about electric culture, okay, and then Lazy Dog Farm. That's the one I watch. That's one of the ones I watch. Now, Travis, I think he knows what he's doing. So we'll see. But anyway, I got a few small little potatoes and some green beans, and we cooked them up last night to go with our jambalaya. Y'all, let me tell you something. Paul, my son, he's loved to cook all his life, and he does pretty good on most everything he does. But we run out. We normally make our jambalaya from a Zatarain's jambalaya mix because it's good. It's good. And I think it's gluten-free. So my wife can eat it. So anyway, we couldn't find it. Belinda bought some. We don't have a clue where it went. It's gone out into the ether or the ether or the wherever stuff goes that you lose. Couldn't find it. So Paul said, well, I'll just make a homemade jambalaya. I said, get after it, buddy. Get after it. That's what I like to hear. I like incentive. I like people taking the initiative, especially when it comes to cooking me food. And so he got in there and he made up this jambalaya. And y'all, I ain't going back. I ain't going back to a box jambalaya. he's gonna learn what he mixed in there, how he done it. I'm gonna have to video it so I have it. So when he goes to Wales, I'll know how to cook it myself. Does that make sense?
What?
That jambalaya you cooked.
You really liked it?
It was awesome, y'all. How did you all find out that your wife's gluten? Seems like more and more are becoming. Makes me wonder about the preservatives in bread. Blenda, I'm trying to remember back. She was having issues, just getting sick and nauseated, it seemed like, all the time. And she had an aunt of hers that had celiac or something like that. Anyway, she started doing this gluten-free stuff. And she said that it seemed to help her. And Belinda said, well, maybe I ought to try that just to see if it works. And then I think she went to a doctor or something. I don't know. I can't keep up with all this, Carmen. But anyway, it was just kind of like a trial and everything. And she knows it. And I don't know if it's just because she's been without gluten for so long. But if she gets some gluten now, she knows it. I mean, she gets sick. And I don't understand all this gluten stuff and gluten-free. I don't know. I guess if it bothered me, I would learn about it, but it don't bother me, so I don't care. But like the flour that we use is gluten-free, and it don't bother me. I can eat it. There's some things that I can't eat, like spaghetti noodles.
It depends on the type. Some of them are horrible. Some of them are pretty good.
Some of them are horrible. I don't know.
It's a hit or miss.
Huh?
It's a hit or miss.
It's a hit or miss on that. I don't know. I'm just I don't like spaghetti gluten-free noodles. They're just nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. I like the angel hair pasta. That's some good stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry. Hello, Carmen. I just looked at your thing and I just kept on going. Hello there, Bunky. You're with Mom, and just hello, Bunky's mama too. Good to see y'all. Appreciate y'all coming in. Just wanted to say hi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you all are doing well up there. Hello there, Loki Trapping Adventures. Good morning. Good to see. Yeah, it seems to be helping her. Somebody said, let's see, Tammy, I'm more of the school of thought that it is the herbicide spray on grains and not the gluten, but that is just my belief. It may be. It may be. I don't know. I want her to try Boots and Bounty. Boots and Bounty, Casey, over there at Boots and Bounty. I'm trying to think of the name of that grain. Starts with an E, y'all. Ergon, Earth something, maybe. You're going to have to help me out. I can't remember what it is. It's like a original grain. It's not, it's doesn't have what the grains have in it now. And they grind it up. I would like, there it is. Hold on just a second. Get back up here. Einkorn. That's it. That's it right there. And I don't know. I hadn't really looked into it. I don't know how expensive it is and all that, but I'd like for her to try that. I don't even know how you'd grow it, but it seemed like you could grow it. And if I could grow it, I don't know where I would grow it. I could go out to my dad. My dad's got quite a few acres out there that I could go do a big patch of it. And Einkorn flour. Hey, Leanne, how in the world are you? Good to see you. Always good to see Leanne. There was a question. How any of you grown amaranth? I'm growing it now. I have not. I'm not real sure what amaranth is. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is. I'll have to look into it. It's an ancient grain. I got you. Okay. That's what I understand. That's what I was understanding. And again, I don't know enough about all that kind of stuff to I mean, don't mean I can't talk about it and can't give you opinions on it that may sound good, but at the end of the day, it would still mean nothing because what I'd be telling you would be just a bunch of baloney. Amaranth. I don't know what amaranth is. I will have to look it up to see. What do you use it for? Is it like food, or is it like a medicine? Is it like a 10 pounds for $45? 10 pounds for $45, $4.50 a pound. Is that good or bad? I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad. What's a bummer? Let me get up. I missed something. Oh, none of them came up. Yeah, I seen that. What do you use it for, Carmen? I don't know what you use it for. Amaranth is a cosmopolitan genus of annual or short-lived perennial plants collectively known as amaranths. It's greens. Amaranth like spinach. Lord have mercy. I'll never be able to grow it then, will I? It's a superfood, kind of like a beet, huh? I can't grow beets either. I can't grow spinach. I can't grow beets. I'm a horrible gardener, y'all. A horrible gardener, but I like try it. So amaranth is like a green. Do you have to plant it? Is it like, can you plant it in the summer, or you got to plant it like you in the cooler weather? Is it cool weather? Cat can like cymes of densely packed flowers grow in summer or autumn. Okay. Can grind it up. See, that's why I like about it. Y'all know more about what you're doing than I do, and I just don't. I mean, but at least it gives me stuff to look into. Hey there, William. Good to see you. On the road again. Mountain Dew. Is that a Mountain Dew truck? First time I've noticed that, to be honest with you. I didn't know amaranth could be used like spinach. I didn't either. I'm trying to think. My garden is doing well. It really is. We've had some rain in timely fashion. A lot of folks have gotten some. I mean, just right around, it's got a lot of hail, straight line winds and stuff, but it's all that's mist dust. We've just got the good rain, and thank the good Lord for that. And so everything's doing good. My flower garden is starting to come out. I'm starting to get patches filled in. I've been doing it slowly over the last couple of years. First year I disked it up, got all the roots out of it because I had a bunch of my roots in it. Started putting some leaves and stuff on it to kind of get it all in the soil. Then I started planting some perennials, some bigger, like the little what you call it, juniper. Is it juniper trees? Something like that. Got a couple of those, and a couple of. I had some gardenias. The cold got them. Got a couple of them that may survive, but it got them. It got them pretty hard, but I did put in some perennials, and then I've been slowly adding a few of the flowers and the annuals and things like that. And so I'm filling it in. Then I went and I got some pine straw, raked up some pine straw, and got that. My garden, all my bush beans, they're doing good. I'm going to try something new this year. I've seen something where you can, the bush beans, they'll grow up and then they'll just stop. But I've seen where you could prune them and they'd come back. I may try that because I've got enough room, I think. Hold on just a second. We need to see your garden. You don't want to see my garden. My garden, I call it the messy garden, the organized, chaotic garden. Well, I do. Have a good day there, Janice. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to have to go here in a second. I didn't realize what time it was. Okra, we've got okra planted. I've got a few different types. I don't know how many different types I got. I got some from seeds I saved last year. Last Days Homestead, Bill over there, and Gracie sent me a few seeds. It's burgundy, something burgundy okra. But I got a row of that, and if you know okra just keeps growing, and if you take time, yours can be messy at times, but I like the idea of what you're doing. The permaculture, basically your backyard is your garden. And I like that. I'd just assume my whole yard was a garden instead of having to mow the thing. But I mean, it's nice. But I like the idea of how you're doing it. Last year you had like a worm bed kind of embedded in the garden. How did that turn out? I can't remember. I mean, I know it had to work, but did you like it? Did you was it something that you would do again or whatever? Deer keeps eating your beans, Jerusha. Hey, so far we don't have too much trouble with deer. I worried about the tame deer coming up here. Hey, it would be awesome. It would be awesome. My wife could keep me could watch me not mope around the house if that happened. I could find something else to mope about because I can always find something to mope about. I'm hoping to try that worm bed in the garden. Yeah, Carmen, Jesus Loving Homestead had a thing over there last year. You just have to look it up and see how she done that. It's pretty neat. Sneaks in. Hey, Jen, how in the world are you? Good to see you. You stop by someday and tour the garden. I would love that. Well, I'm not real sure what part of Florida you're in. Now, my wife, she loves to travel. I'm not that much of a traveler, but she loves travel. But I might, me and her do go off different places sometimes. So I'd like to go out that direction and maybe go up to South Georgia and see old Andrea from Digging for Help. She's just a pleasant person. When I started using rabbit manure, the deer quit coming in also to go. Really? Now, I do use rabbit manure. I got plenty of rabbit manure. You ain't sneaking in no more, Jen. Everybody done seen you slam the door when you came in. Let's see. I have a playlist about our worms today. I killed my main bin last year toward the end, but our garden worms with the buckets lived. Okay. Tallahassee. Okay. I'll have to figure out where that is. Y'all, Ann comes on at 10 o'clock. Andale Homestead, she comes on at 10 o'clock. And I think I seen where she's going to be on today. And then after her is Danny. Danny Days Ahead Homestead over there. She's going to be on at 11. And then hold on, there was somebody that was going to be on with Tammy, Mountain Grandma, and Yogi Hollow Farm. And my brain just went dead on who that is. Who's going to be with them? They got to get. Oh, I know who it is. Amanda, Bare Bones Living, is going to be with her or with them. I think at 12 o'clock. So if y'all can, just get in there and say hello to them, and that would make their day, I'm sure. You need to go live during the day. Y'all been going live at 8 p.m. Bare Bones Living. That's who it is. Thank you, Leanne. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I've seen that, and I've actually, again, I sneak on there at times, but sometimes that late at night, me and my wife is watching a movie or doing things, and I've been going to bed early, y'all. I don't know what I used to go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, and now at 10 o'clock, I'm gone. I'm zoned. 10:30, sometimes like that. But I'm done by the end of the day. But I do try and get on there and at least watch. I don't know if that helps or not, as far as your view time, but at least I think it helps me when I see people are on there, whether they talk or not. I like people talking. I understand that. I don't want to try to be a hypocrite. But sometimes my brain is just not up to it. 8 p.m. Hold on just a second. Let me put that up there. 8 p.m. CST on Saturday. Yep, that's family time. Yeah, it's hard to find a time when people aren't. You all are made them going live, being consistent. And I like it. I like to get on here and talk to people. I do. And I like to get on other people's lives and talk. Like Mike and Terry, I try and say hello to them. Monica and Eric, like to at least say hello to them. Sometimes I get on Southern Blessed. Tony and Joni, sometimes I try and get on with them. But like people that's been super good to us, like Jesse and Lisa, and then Scott with Ramming with the Brooms. They've always been super nice and super good to us. And there's so many more. Right now my brain it's kind of like you go to naming people. I'm sorry, I was looking outside. You go to naming people and you forget people. Or to go live on a weekday. I'll think about that, Jerusha. Do I have your phone number? I can't remember. I think I do. I know. Yeah, I got your number. I'll try and text you what I think anyway. Say if you're not watching someone you like, go live. There you go. I got it. I do have it. They go live Mondays 8 p.m. Central. It's a little late for Easterners. And see, I was thinking y'all were on a weekend. Anyway, look, I've got to go. I'm sorry. All these links and stuff that's been posted, check them out if you're able to. And I'm sure they would appreciate it. It's 9:57 a.m. Andale will be on in just a couple of minutes, and then the others. Like I said, I appreciate y'all all coming in. And we'll see y'all next week. God bless.